This nigga named
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25.
Oh, no. That's a delay, ain't it? This nigga got traits everywhere, bro.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And some room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington.
What's the reason?
Mostert with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Commanders have struck quickly here in the opening minute of this Super Bowl. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
That was just a good first play, bro.
Tucker now to kick it away.
You niggas sound like you cheering that nigga on. You told me that shit too easy. What the fuck? Like, I'm confused. Hold on, man. You know what? I'm gonna let that slide. Come on, Anna.
Here's Walker to start the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just a fuck much.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play
You said what?
to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early.
Shut up,
because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Crazy.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
He got that reach for shit on, so he's going to get extra yards every time I tackle this.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield off the play fake. He lets it fly for
There's no
Lockett.
fucking way. Why the fuck I didn't even touch nothing?
That one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Yeah, you're right. All right now.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Straight ahead, Walker. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Forced out to his. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw here.
That shit like it just slowed down, like it was just sluggish and shit.
A yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Mayfield. That's complete once again. It's
he went for, well, he didn't go for it. He just, I got a QB sack. He didn't know who to throw it to. And that's how I got it.
Happy, the other side not very happy. Defense very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play fake. Mayfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Niggas, I'm going to do what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Walker punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Huh? Huh? That nigga crazy. That nigga said he gonna do it over the Falcon. Ooh, that nigga fabulous. Like, yeah, bitch, you ain't never had this before. Check out the view.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. They ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line.
Crazy, bro. Hey, do what you gotta do, baby. Do what the fuck you gotta do, cuz.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something
I thought that was too.
A lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can
he got
get
that
lost behind the
Bosa shit
secondary.
on.
They weren't able to connect on that one.
Fuck that nigga.
With a play fake,
Bosa
and
coming,
now here's
Bosa
Hal
coming.
to throw it.
Bosa coming.
That could be the stop this defense needed.
Fucking Bosa, bro. And he got, man, this nigga got some shit over there.
After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Come on, man.
So possession goes over
Oh, why you gotta do all that?
and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 51 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter. One quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 14-7 is the score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know, but what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This time they'll throw it with Howell. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Zadarius Smith buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello in a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Oh, he's got a little day, and nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Ken Walker with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 91 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman.
But like
it's
they knew that already,
the same
right?
thing in pass protection. Get lower than that
They knew that
defensive
already.
lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Oh, this shit didn't happen the other day.
Moore, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, with that last possession, needing only the one play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd and 9, Powell. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Now they go play action with Howell. Austin is there and brings in another one. Down inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Calvin Austin, 42 yards. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Walker with it. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll fire this deep for Gallup, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Mayfield down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Mike Purcell able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Commanders have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
From the gun, it's Walker. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Amari Barno getting there to make the stop. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. He'll buy some time right. And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. The ball comes out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Faking the handoff. Howell. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Going right back to Akers. He finds some open field here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Cam Akers, 36 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. An amazing catch by Gesicki. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A defensive 16 on 4th down.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. The center receiver in motion to the right.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be